Hi, I'm Lisa Aylwine, and I'm here to talk to you about Ambassador in an Earth Suit. This is a collection of Landra's memoirs. She had so many beautiful insights, and I never met Landra in person. But what was so special about her, what was so special about somebody I had never met face to face, was that once she heard me say in a teaching how much I loved real letters, how frustrated I could be with email. And just a real letter was something that still moved me. And she began writing me the most encouraging letters, sometimes asking questions about the weekly teaching, but a lot of times just sensing what I needed in the moment. And it was like she knew my secret thoughts, my doubts, my discouragement, all those things we have to work through for ourselves, but we just don't really want to hang them on other people who might be vulnerable. They might be overloaded themselves. And those letters, those real letters she sent me, were so full of wisdom. They were so full of every good fruit of the Spirit that the thought of having a full book of those thoughts that everyone could access and they could read like one of those personal letters, a real book, a real piece of paper with real writing. I think that's a victory for believers anywhere. And, I've often taught about the spacesuit that's described in the book of Revelation, that when you cross over to the third heaven to be with Yeshua, that you're given a white robe. You're given what I call a spacesuit, because this robe allows you to be in that space while you await the resurrection of your body. And, in keeping with that, we think about acquiring the spacesuit, that heavenly robe that would permit us to experience the fullness of joy in the third heaven. But I'd encourage anyone who needs inspiration for right now in an earth suit to get a copy of this.
Hi, I'm Keisha Gallagher with Grace and Torah Ministries, and today I want to invite you to read a new release by Manning the Gate called An Ambassador in an Earth Suit by Landra Kerekes. I had the great honor and privilege of knowing Landra for 7 wonderful years before she passed. And what you're going to learn in this book is what I learned from her life, and that is how to be a great relational minister, how to live a life totally sold out to our King, Yeshua, Jesus, the Messiah. So her service to the King manifested most profoundly in the way she spoke to and treated other people. And it didn't matter what walk of life they came from. Landra loved them and she loved them fully. And so watching her serve our King and serve his people in this way taught me what a relational minister is really supposed to be. As a matter of fact, most of the people that knew her actually referred to her with the possessive my. They called her my Landra. Why did they do that? It's because she modeled a life dedicated to Yeshua and what that should look like. And so they felt a connection to her, a relationship connection, not only to her, but to our Messiah through her. And what I've learned is that every aspect of ministry and even in our lives is all about relationships. And that's what you're going to read about in this book, whether it was the relationship with her children, her husband, um, other women, ministries that she worked and served in. And what you're going to see is what comes through the most is the love that she had, not only for our Messiah, but for his people. And so I hope that you will pick up this book and that it will minister to you. It's not that this woman did not have a life without conflict or struggle, and that's what makes her testimony so powerful. You're going to see how she lived and walked through and even overcame not just a one diagnosis of cancer, but two. and how she chose to use her mouth not in self-pity, not in blame or condemnation, but she still found joy in the midst of pain. So if that's who you are and that's what you need today, I hope that you'll pick up this new book, An Ambassador in an Earth Suit. Thanks.
I had this beautiful dream about Landra, and we were at a big church. It was so crowded. All the people that she loved, the ones that loved her, you were there. And I had questions for her. When I finally found her, she looked at me and she said, Angie, what do you want? And I said, I just want a hug. And we embraced for a long time. It was so sweet. And then she said, I have to go. And I said, I know, go and speak. And when I woke up, I knew this dream was about this book. And I told Bonnie, and she said, oh, yes, her words will embrace you. I'm so looking forward to hearing from our dear sister once again.
When I think about Landra, I think about how much she loved the Lord, and her relationship with the Lord only overflowed onto the people all around her. She loved people, and she loved her family. She loved anyone she came in contact with. I think about the first time I met her, and she just held my hand and said, I know you. And I know she did that with many people. When you were with Landra, you felt like you were her favorite, and she was just one of those precious people that you wanted to spend time with. So I think this book will give those who knew her an opportunity to be with her, and those that didn't know her the opportunity to be blessed in so many ways by just her legacy. She loved well.
Hello, this is Jeff and Bonnie Manning with Manning to Gate Publishing, and we are coming to you today to just talk about what an honor and a privilege it has been to do Landra Kerekes' 2 books.
Yes, and her new release is Ambassador in an Earth Suit, and it's Landra's journals, her thoughts. It's a breathtaking memoir, and Landra was a cancer survivor, but her words are so inspiring that you would never know that. And not only does she give you a day-to-day play out of what's going on in her family with her sons, her husband, her junk finds that she found, furniture she refinished. You're going to fall in love with this book, and you're going to want to share it with others.
Yes, and we just pray that these books are a blessing to Charlie, to Landra's sons, and to all the friends and family that Landra was such a blessing to. On behalf of Manning the Gate Publishing, what an honor it was.
Yes,
Thank
blessings.
you. Blessings.